Suppose it would help if I unmuted my mic. So I'll start over. Hello, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. We are continuing our run of Eastward today. I was muted. Yeah, thanks, Gabe. Good to see you. Rufio, yo. Happy Wednesday, brother. Which I think is usually your Monday. Sometimes your Monday. Oh, let's see. I don't know if I'm... Alright, we still got sound. There's no music in here, so I was confused. Beat Boulder's Gate. GG's. Right on. Oh, is this a store? Oh, cool. Cool, like a vending machine kind of thing. Yeah, I assume you're going to be busier and busier as the weather gets nicer here. Probably me too. I'm very grateful that winter's over. I feel like I say that every stream, but winter was just so brutal. Okay, so trying to get respun up on this game. That looks like we got a cutscene, maybe a boss. I'm gonna say yep. Oh yeah, Fable style? Go for it, man. So I'm doing okay, Gabriel. Haven't seen you in a minute, so I don't know if you got to see any of the first session of this game. So here's what I can tell you, what I know so far. Right now we're playing as this guy named John. He's basically a miner, lives in a like post-apocalyptic kind of world, like in an underground settlement. He found this young girl with white hair named Sam on a mining adventure. She was like in some kind of science experiment, like she was in a pod of yellow goo kind of thing. We don't know much about that yet. So he's been more or less raising Sam, I guess. And a lot of the first session was just like establishing characters and building relationships, showing us their personalities, etc. So like not a whole lot happened story-wise. It was kind of just like your tutorial sort of session. But now Sam has gone and like tried to get to the surface. Everybody keeps talking about getting to the surface. And you know, so we're playing as John going after her. And so we're on our way kind of out of here. Aside from the narrative, game has great pixel art. It's one of the big things that attracted me to the game in the first place. Was just the game looks really good. If you've played Sea of Stars, it reminds me a lot of Sea of Stars visually, which is a compliment. Oh, it's like a very polished 16-bit game. And mechanically, it plays a lot like top-down Zelda games, which I'm a huge fan of. Link to the Past is my favorite game of all time. It kind of feels a lot like that. So I'm trying to remember all my buttons. Oh yeah, so that's attacks. We have attack and we have bombs. I think I'm fighting a boss now. Sure looks like a boss. This doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard. Spoke too soon. Bro's got minions. Regis is here. Hello, Regis. L Sleepy. Hello, L Sleepy. That's a wonderful username and the most fitting PFP I've ever seen to go with it. The missile is Eepy. He's tired from splashing bandits. Alright, that wasn't... So far, like, this game isn't very difficult. I was playing Binding of Isaac last night, and that game is significantly more difficult than this so far. Well, let's go ahead and just save again. So what was that thing I got? Looks like a staff or something, but I don't see it as a quest item. Wasn't really paying attention. Oh yeah, that's right. So the mayor of the town threw us in jail and we were trying to get out. That's what we were doing. Alright, well, I'm not going to overthink it. Oh, I can put it in this. So there's Sam, and then this other dude that was in the jail cell next to us. Oh, I guess we're taking with. And there's the mayor. I would like to clobber him. Alright, so as usual, very charming, Regis. I absolutely love the way this game looks. I like how, like, personified the characters are. Like, their features are so exaggerated. Like, almost to the point of caricature. They're very expressive. It reminds me a lot of Earthbound. Like, a lot of these people could be straight out of Earthbound. But tell me what's going on, guys. We're halfway through the week. How's it treating you? Are you guys, some of you are still in exams? Are you guys wrapped up with that? Do you get a break finally? Tell me what's going on. The hired muscle. The goons. The knockoff of Earthbound would be air-free. 10 out of 10 pun, Regis. Holy crap, that's good. This guy too, he's like Timu Dompe. Gabe's going through it. Been a challenging week. Got triggered trying to regulate. Yeah, that's easier said than done sometimes there, friend. I don't know specifically all of your struggles, but I can definitely relate to that sentiment. I was just talking to my mom the other day about things that, you know, I either can't do or like struggle greatly to do since my daughter died, for that very same reason, you know, that there's things that trigger me. Gaming was one of those things for a long time. It took a lot of work to be able to do this again. Alright, so I guess the mayor's like exiling us, more or less, it seems. Which is actually probably a good thing, because this is what we're trying to do, is get out of this place, so I ain't sweating it. Cranky Ray, hello. Yeah, kind of in the same boat. You should research something called chronic fatigue syndrome, CFS. I believe that's what I suffer from, among other things. I've had 2 sleep studies done and have been told that I don't have sleep apnea, nor, by the clinical definition, I don't have insomnia either. Which is kind of crazy to me, based on my sleep patterns and how little I sleep, but I'm not a doctor. But then I found out about this other condition called CFS. And I don't know, look it up and see if it fits what you're talking about. I think it's one of those things, like, it's hard to diagnose. So, like, it's not a widely known or diagnosed condition. But if you read through all the symptoms and you're like, oh, you know what, yeah, this sounds a lot like what I'm going through, then it might be worth talking to your doctor about. Okay, and this word here, C-H-A-R-O-N. I have always pronounced this as Sharon. And, you know, Sharon is the Spiritfarer that brings you across the river Styx. And I talked about this a lot when I reviewed the game Spiritfarer, because Sharon's like the character that gives Stella her powers at the beginning of the game. But the more I research this, I've actually seen this name pronounced like 3 different ways. I've seen Sharon, Charon, and Karen. So I'm going to continue to pronounce this as Sharon, just because that's what I've always said. People throwing away MacBook Pros, Rufio? Jeez. Yeah, Gabe, and I don't ever want to pry. You know, don't ever feel like you have to come on stream and you know, open up about sensitive and personal things. I mean, I'm interested because I care about you as a person and I want to know what's going on. Not that there's a lot I can do to help, but you know, sometimes just talking about it and just having somebody to listen goes a long way. So if I can be that person for you, then happy to do it. And I'm sure chat would agree. We all got to pick each other up. That's awesome, bro. You know, like, that's the thing about, like, computers and stuff, is I feel like 10 years old isn't really that old anymore. If a computer was taken care of and maintained, you can get, you know, you can get 2 decades, especially like if you're able to keep, you know, updating operating systems and, you know, maybe you swap out, upgrade RAM and stuff, a device will last a long time. I have to say, you know, I learned so much about it when I built my PC. Which again, Rufio, is kind of a huge thanks to you, because, you know, I didn't even have a launch point when I just got the idea in my head to build. So I appreciate you doing that for me too, getting me started on that front. I learned a lot about the process and the different components, and I'll never buy a PC again. I'll build for the rest of my life. If for no other reason than it's just fun to do. Absolutely, Gabe, and it's, you know, it's not for everybody. Some people prefer to be more private with their issues, and that's fine too. You know, like, clearly what works for me is being pretty open about it. I mean, I kind of like made a whole YouTube channel about it. But that's just, you know, not everybody has to do that. What I do is right for me, and it doesn't mean it's right for everybody, so there's no judging either way. There you go, Rufio. You're winning if your kid has a dedicated Minecraft machine. Which, oddly, I don't play much Minecraft these days, but for whatever reason, I picked it up last night and I was playing. It was fun. We're going to White Whale Bay. This guy's a little animated. The dedicated YouTube machine. So I'm not really sure what this is going to be like out here. See, a lot of this just seems like propaganda. You know, I get the vibe that, like, the mayor is just trying to, you know, keep everybody in his little underground area here so that they keep working for him almost for free. I mean, he basically just feeds them. So he's like monopolizing and using this propaganda about the surface world to scare everybody into, like, being willing participants. But again, say what you want, like, you know, all these characters. Like, I really have to praise just, like, how animated they all are. You know, even, like, when speaking. Get wrecked, bro. Hmm. Hmm. This is kind of cool because John's been a silent protagonist. Hmm. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. Cool. Sorry, I got sucked into the cutscene. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about how animated the characters are. You know, they have all these different animations, different idle animations, different speaking and emoting animations. Like, they really went the extra mile. I have not heard of Plato's Allegory of the Cave. I have not. Interesting, Rufio. That kind of thing sounds like it would make you... like it could spark a philosophical conversation about freedom versus imprisonment. I don't know. I guess you probably don't remember. So when I played through Deltarune and beat Jevil, who was the secret boss for Chapter 1, I think you had to jump out right before I got to that part. But it's pretty interesting because, you know, you're talking to Jevil, and he's like this... I mean, he's a jester and a devil put together. So he comes off as kind of, you know, aloof and nonsensical with what he's saying. Sort of that, like, Mad Hatter personality. But, you know, he's talking with the party before the fight. You know, because he's locked inside of that cage thing, and we had to go get a key to get in there and fight him. And basically what he was saying, by Jevil's perspective, is that he's the one who's free, and everybody else was locked outside. And so maybe that was just like character flair that Toby Fox decided to put in when he wrote that character. But I don't know, it kind of got me thinking, you know, again, about the perception of reality. I don't know. We take everything at face value, and I think there's so much about this reality and the universe that, like, we just don't understand. Oh, look at that. Did John doze off? Bro, wake up. This is so cool. you know, the whole time we've been underground, and it's just been so, like, subdued and colorless. And so even in that state, we were able to recognize how beautiful the game was. But now look at this. I mean, I wish I was good at pixel art, guys. I would draw stuff like this all day long. But Jasper seems to think that we're headed somewhere terrible, but I don't know, this doesn't look very terrible to me. Sam seems pretty happy. Gabriel, I saw that too. There's a pixel art subreddit that I'll frequent, and somebody posted a picture. It was like a picture of a squid. It was a squid or an octopus, and it didn't look like pixel art. It was so good. But then you zoom in, and it's like, oh, sure enough, Purple's here. Hello, Purple. Oh, so it's like a world map, and we're little. Cool. Anything in the doggy house? Nope. This is cool. I guess I gotta go down the lift. And again, I just like, even, I swear I'll stop gushing about this game visually someday. But like, you know, John puts his hands in his vest pockets when he runs. And Sam is short. She's got short little legs. So her steps are like twice as frequent as John's are. You know, a lot of games wouldn't take the time to do those kind of details. It would all be one animation. You know, sometimes as few as 3 frames, and Sam would just be sliding around because her, you know, footsteps wouldn't be matching up. It's just gorgeous, guys. Look at this. Same, like the detail, the swaying grass. I do have to keep my eyes peeled for stuff. It's not always obvious when there's goodies around. There's been a few like little secret areas and stuff. Yeah, see, like right there. $50. What a cool place. Alright, I guess I gotta go back. Excuse me. Allergy season is upon us. Alright, how do I get over to... Maybe I did have to go through the tunnel? Yeah, maybe I did. It's a video game, Sam. Yes, we can. Yeah, see what I mean? Stuff is stashed everywhere. So I see that there's not too many people in chat right now, but, and I'll say it again, I'll talk about it again before I end the stream, but, so, Friday is the 1-year anniversary of my brother's passing, and I've been kind of racking my brain, you know, like trying to decide what I'm going to do, how I'm going to acknowledge it. We talked about it on stream a little bit last time, somebody had asked. And so what I think I want to do is I am going to, on Sunday, instead of streaming Stardew, we're going to I'm going to do like a retro stream. So I've lined up a few of the old Super Nintendo games that my brother and I used to play. And we're going to do that on Sunday instead. So it's going to be not a Stardew Sunday. It's going to be like a retro day. After Deltarune, can I play Undertale Yellow? I'll look into it, Purple. I don't know much about it. I always hesitate with fan games because they're not canon. But I'll definitely consider it. Especially because it's you asking me. I'll consider it. Look at that goofy, like 90s Nickelodeon looking dog. Poor Sam thinks that all mayors are just like these tyrannical dictators. I hope that we get to upgrade our backpack. I want to go in this building. Laura's here. Hello, friend. Happy Wednesday. Alright, so I was concerned that we were going to get out to the surface and it was going to be like a completely different world, like an advanced civilization. And it was going to be like a really jarring juxtaposition with the underground world, but I'm happy to see that that's not the case. That it's still this post-apocalyptic, you know, dilapidated buildings and makeshift machines and stuff. I really like this aesthetic. Bomb upgrade. Bomb box expansion. Oh, I could do this. Yeah, I'll have to look into yellow and see. I gotta be honest, I'm a little tempted to buy this, but I don't think I've had too much trouble finding stuff. I mean, it's only 50 salt. My only concern right now is backpack space. And I haven't had too much trouble with bomb management. I could do one of these, and I'm really tempted to do this one, the bomb upgrade. I'll come back to this. Greenberg. Oh, we can play Earthborn here. So quickly on that note, for those of you who weren't in the first stream, there's a game within this game called Earthborn. And it's like an old 8-bit JRPG, turn-based kind of thing. The kids were playing at the beginning of the game, and we get items for it, so I think that there's some incentive to playing it, but I don't know what it is yet. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time digging into it just yet. My guy here is just selling food. Backpack expansion. I want that. That's only 50 bucks. That's a good. Alright, we have to keep our eyes peeled for those. I hope I didn't miss one in the first shop. I might have. Alright, I think now that I found that and bought it and it was so cheap, let's just do the bombs. And I feel like I have to do the upgrade. Yeah, Cranky, like there's just like so much just cool detail in this. Yeah, Laura. I mean, I have some fun with the games in Stardew. Junimo Kart can take a hike. That's right, Bob. You tell him. I'm a friendly John, but... Punchy McPuncherson. Oh, yeah, Purple. Like, anytime we get, like, a key item or something... Sam's is even cuter. I'm sure you'll see one soon. Everybody's simping over John. Even the scarecrow's cute. Alright, can I get over here? Sure can. Keep your eyes peeled for goodies. This big, like, wheat field here reminds me of One Shot. This whole village reminds me of One Shot. This reminds me of Nico's village. Okay, I can't go in here. But same thing, like, look at the way the grass moves and parts itself as I walk through it. Just such a good looking game. It's quite a billboard. Fried chicken. Some less known retro games that I loved. There's so many, Purple. So the 3 that I'm going to play on Sunday, I think I'm going to play Mega Man X2, Joe and Mac, and Hook, which is the Peter Pan game. But if we're talking like more obscure Super Nintendo games, I like the Magical Quest games, which are Mickey Mouse games. Those are a lot of fun. I like a game called Smart Ball. Kind of a weird... It's hard to even explain Smart Ball. It's a platformer. Love the Mega Man X games. Obviously, I love the big ones. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, the Donkey Kong Country series. I like all those games. But yeah, I'm going to play Mega Man X2 and then 2 of the lesser popular games. Just because it's... You know, I really tried to figure out, okay, what are games that my brother and I played a lot together? And, you know, I also factored in time. You know, like, it shouldn't take me more than an hour or so to beat each of the 3 games. So that's kind of what I went with. This place is cozy. So far, every chest with money in it has had exactly 50. It's perfect, Rufio. It's such a good game. Very underrated SNES platformer. But I'm pretty sure Sony had a hand in making that game. Alright, so everybody's talking about the harvest here. I mean, with Super Nintendo games, Purple, like most of them, you know, especially if we're talking platformers, which all three of these games are, those games were designed in a way that, you know, because they were so limited and there's not a ton of replay value, devs made games with a steeper learning curve, but then, like, once you get a feel for the game, it goes pretty quick. And it's even the same with, like, Link to the Past. You know, that game can take several hours, even for a casual player. But then it just gets to the point where you memorize where everything in Hyrule is. And then it kind of takes all the fun out of it. And that's why I like doing Link to the Past randomizers. Which is another thing I might do on stream once in a while. I'm not as good at the randomizers as, like, some of the streamers I watch. Like, there's some that I probably wouldn't even be able to finish in one sitting. But it would still be fun to do. Oh, this is Uwa's place. Basically like John's, except nicer. I'm so excited to finish the inside of my cabin. I don't have too much more work to do before I can start spending nights out there, so. Aladdin is hard at first, but it's the same thing. Like, once you get the feel for it, any of those, like, I think Sony had a hand in making a bunch of those games. Sony and Capcom did. So, like, Mickey Mouse, Aladdin, Goof Troop, those are all SNES Capcom games that Disney licensed, and they're all good games. I think the hardest SNES Disney game is Lion King. Either Lion King or maybe Toy Story. Toy Story was I remember that being so hard as a kid. Okay, I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to be going. I've kind of only, like, been half paying attention. I talked to almost everybody in here. Can I go in here? No. And honestly, like, I love Stardew so much. And I've really enjoyed playing it on stream. But I'm actually looking forward to doing something else on Sunday. I wonder if I'm supposed to play Earthborn. Well, I do have some tokens. I don't really know what this is about, so let's just see. No idea what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. If you're talking... There's a few Simpsons games, Rufio, but I think you're probably talking about Bart's Nightmare. That's the same thing. Bart's Nightmare is hard just because it's bad game design. Like, it is so unintuitive, and the game doesn't explain to you what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go, how the games work. I mean, okay, by definition, Purple, I am a professional gamer. Like, what I'm doing right now is my job. So, definitionally speaking, you're correct. But I'm not like a good gamer. I'm a very average gamer, I feel. That was a good one to get. I've been gaming most of my life, and I'm not young. Oh, you can get tokens inside the machine. That means this can go on forever. But, you know, I would say like the most mechanically complicated game that I regularly play anymore. Is that the first prize? Yeah. Say it turned 3 times, so cool. But the most mechanically complex game that I play regularly is Zelda. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. There's a lot of schmoovin that you do in that game, those games. But you know, something like this, or Pokemon, or Stardew, like that's kind of more my speed. I like games where I can, you know, slow down and think. I don't really know even what those things do. We're going to goof with this for a minute and just see. Yeah, see, this is one thing that I'm not super crazy about with this Earthborn thing is, you know, it's accurate to the era. You know, this is very much like an NES game. Oh, but the text goes so fast. I am Rocket from Dam, a knight in training. Is this too loud for you guys? This got really loud for me. Maybe just because it's so beepy and boopy? So this guy joins our party. It's cool to see what they actually look like. I played through a battle, but there's no character portraits in battle, so I didn't know what anybody looked like. So these are all equipable things, looks like. Holy crap, this place is huge. Okay, is it random battles? It is random battles. Pretty good 8-bit music though, I gotta say. Gonna do some grinding for sure. Easy. Level up. It's free. This is a pretty accurate ode to games of the past era. Pretty good pixel art. Cool. Let's electrocute this dude. I don't know if this actually uses money. I think it actually uses money. Because the merchant doesn't have AP. He's just got gold. And I don't know if that's my actual gold, like the party's gold, so I'm not going to use that. Rubes is here. Hey, buddy. Haven't seen you in a minute. How are things across the pond? There he goes. I am Rocket of Dam. Like, even the way this dialogue is written is really reminiscent of, like, a kind of poorly translated Japanese game, which I think really adds to the charm. This is pretty cool. Josh is here. On an exhibit, huh? You're learning about a very important and irreverent part of history. Oh, but I appreciate you taking a few seconds to poke your head in and say hi. It's good to see you. Alright, so here's our quest. It sounds like instead of MacGuffins, we're going to go find people. Rubes, no worries. I completely understand that people have lives going on. And you're a good friend. I hope your friend is okay, and I hope they know how lucky you are, how lucky they are to have you around. Oh, we're at an inn. I don't really know what the tavern does. This is all he sells? Well... all his stuff gets more expensive the more you buy. This is a little sus. This guy's gonna give us a massage. Oh, so it's a free heal. Maybe I just buy the other thing? I could see this coming in handy, but I mean, I really feel like just having strength and stamina are probably the two best things right now. So it's fast travel. Zelda has used this exact same thing in how many games? Oh, that's good that you're having fun with the baby. Well, we got a whole party now. It's like, oh, we got day and night. Cool. Oh, this is a lot of these dudes. Oh, and the girl isn't the mage. I thought she was the mage. Well... I don't want to go too far then because we'll be doing some grinding. It low-key is kind of fun. It's pretty cute. Purple. Of course I'm poisoned. Alright, so when I want to stop playing this, I just go to quit, I guess. Cool. Let me just make sure. Alright, I lost some stuff. So it saves after every battle, it looks like? Wasp has high evasion. I wonder what happens if you use all your turns. $1986. Also, I can switch the girl and the monkey. Alright, well, it doesn't really say anything about actually just saving. So I can put the monkey at the tavern. Can't put the girl in my party then? I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Well, that's pretty novel. We'll come back to that for sure. I'm with you, Purple. I like games where I can just grind. I've been doing that in Pokemon lately. Alright, well, I thought we had talked to everybody. Maybe I gotta go back to that cabin. Hi, Erica. Oh, you're good, dear. You actually haven't missed very much. Kind of just been goofing around. was talking a little bit earlier about how for this upcoming Sunday stream, I won't be playing Stardew. I'm going to play a few retro Super Nintendo games to honor my brother's the anniversary of his passing. Poor John. Well, let's go poking back a little bit. Well, and just see if anything else opened up here. It doesn't take much to make Sam happy. Bless her. Challenge accepted. I think Miller was the one who wasn't very nice to us, but we'll go play along. Oh, I got my pan out. Oh, cool. Other way? Cool. Super cool. Wonder if that was something I was supposed to get. So that's nothing. I don't really understand this. Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe. Oh, okay. So now we can separate. So where do they go? In this? I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Reminds me of goat herding on Twilight Princess. Bro. Ugh. Okay. I don't think there's any goodies hiding in here, but a quick scan just to be sure. Yeah, there's no raft there. That must be what takes us down here. But I'm wondering what this scarab on the tree is. Oh. There must be some other way to get in here. Okay. Alright, so I guess we gotta go to the town again. How are you all? With a great and mighty yell, I screamed. Yeah, I don't quite remember it happening this way. Jasper's exaggerating a little bit. Uva's big chance for what? It's getting a little suspicious now. Oh, that's cute. This is getting a little bit suspicious. This game is getting weird. I don't even want her to turn around. Like, why are they trying to get... Are they trying to get Uva, like, to seduce John? I don't understand. Hello, Bean. You came at a weird time. Yeah, I don't know. Doom's not really my thing. I mean, Doom is like super exaggerated gore, which is really not my thing. Generally speaking, I don't even care for FPS. So I won't outright tell you, no, I'll never play it. Um, Probably not anytime soon, though. Yeah, you showed up at a weird time during this game, though. All of this just, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, up to this point, Uva has seemed, kind and charismatic, but also like strong. Like she struck me as a pretty strong woman right off the bat. And So I don't understand what these villagers have to gain by trying to get her to, like, flirt with John. We know so little about these characters and their origin at this point. Especially Sam. You know, is Sam some kind of, like powerful being or something, and you know, other people know that and they're going to try to take advantage of it? I don't know. This may all just be in good fun, but oh yeah, Bean, this is only my second time playing this. We started this last Wednesday. Maybe Uva's like really just looking for a partner, and you know, just like eligible bachelors don't come around very often in this like post-apocalyptic kind of world. I hope that's all it is. I don't know. John needs to take Sam and get out of here. I don't have a good feeling about this place anymore. Sam is so random. So that's really it, huh? I can't just like scoop up the kid up and bail, huh? Well, see, like, I don't kind of really believe you. Like, so where am I supposed to go? All the way back to the cabin and sleep there? It's like everything else is locked up. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm supposed to go. But I can't fast travel there? Oh, is it because I didn't use the fridge? Well, that's the thing, Gabe, is like she didn't even want to put on that dress. Like, the other villagers made her put it on, so... There's just a lot about this I don't really understand. Again, I'm a bereaved parent. I am like so overprotective when it comes to the father-daughter dynamic. And maybe that's part of why I like this game initially, is because we have John and Sam. But like, if I were John, I would not leave Sam's side. I would not leave her in a village with people that I just met that day. Like, that's crazy. Bean, you don't have to apologize for the question. I think it's a really complicated thing. And as a parent, like, mental health is a scary topic, especially when it's about your kids. And so many parents, like, don't know how to handle that kind of stuff. And like, I certainly wasn't good at handling it, obviously. I mean, I thought that we were doing all the right things for my daughter, like getting her into a counselor and getting her to her doctor. But I don't know if we made the wrong choices. I don't know if we did too little too late. I don't know. But a lot of times, like, it's just such a scary thing that your parents probably, I don't know, like, don't want to admit that things are as bad as they potentially are for you, or a lot of parents want their kids to just, like, quote unquote be tough. They have that old pick yourself up by the bootstraps mentality. There's a lot of people in this world who still think like that mental health isn't a real concern, that it's not an actual health issue, it's not a medical condition, that therapy is bogus and only for crazy people. Like, there's so much stigma around it. And it's part of why, like, I try to talk about it so much, is because, like, that's the only way we're going to normalize it, is if everybody just talks about it, So, I don't know. I don't really have any advice for you, unfortunately. And I don't even know how old you are now that I think about it. And you don't need to tell us, like, it's not relevant, but I don't know. Maybe some of my content might help your parents see a different point of view. I've had a lot of parents reach out to me since I started this project. And not necessarily like thank me, but I guess acknowledge to me that, exactly what I'm talking about, that maybe they didn't really understand what their kid was going through, or how bad it can get and how quickly it can get that bad. It's been a big part of my message. It's like, it can get bad really quick. My daughter was okay, and then she was gone. Like, it can happen so fast. So, I don't know. I mean, it sucks that your parents aren't on board with it, but I'm proud of you for, seeking help and taking it seriously, because it can be such a dangerous thing. And I know it's hard in life when you're trying to do something, especially for yourself, and you don't have the support of the people you love, especially your parents, but the most important thing being is, how you feel about it. There are going to be times in your life where you're going to do things that you want to do for yourself, where you want to set foot on your path, and your parents just aren't going to agree. They're not going to approve. I've been blessed with two loving and very supporting parents, but it doesn't mean that they approved of every life choice that I've made. I mean, that would be asinine to think that. So, I will share too, personally, like, therapy has helped me tremendously. Like, I honestly don't think I would have survived this long. I wouldn't have survived my daughter's death without therapy. And to Gabriel's point, it can be a struggle to get matched with a good therapist. It's kind of like dating. It's not like just seeing a doctor who's going to, just like diagnose and treat you. Like, you build a relationship with a counselor, and it's only going to work for you if you get matched with the right person. And I had to go through a few counselors before I found one that worked for me. And I saw her for over a year, and that kind of got me through that first year. And then she changed jobs and moved on, and then more recently this year, I did a more intense trauma therapy, like a 12-week thing with a psychiatrist, not just an LCSW. And that's been helpful for me too with the PTSD stuff. So right thing, right person, right time. It's a lot of things have to fall in place for therapy to be fruitful. Being if it helps you, then just keep doing it. Your parents don't like it, they can kick rocks in flip-flops. No matter what they say to you, they would rather have you alive and okay. And, you know, maybe doing something that they don't approve of versus the potential alternative, you know. This game is very dialogue heavy. Like, I think maybe too much. This guy's a clown. Alright, can we please find Sam and get out of here? You're absolutely right, Bean. Ooh, we got a gun finally. We got the bang bang gun. Cool. Congrats on your good grades, Erica. Holy cow. Oh, now there's a monster there. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Are these bad guys? I guess. Cute little mushroom things. I still don't know what these do either. Whoa. Holy crap. I mean, I'm sure I'm supposed to be shooting those, but I want to save my ammo. That's my problem. My brain does not let me sleep. I just want to say, you know, I'm not chiming into this conversation, but I am seeing what you guys are saying. And, you know, I'm really grateful that you guys are having this open discussion about these topics and very clearly are concerned for each other and speaking openly about it without being judgmental. Like, that's exactly what the world needs more of. I appreciate you guys being so open-minded and, you know, genuinely concerned about each other. Alright, well that's locked and I don't have a key. That's the secret, Erica, is we all need each other. Truly. Oh, okay. I wonder if there's some secret to these beetles, like if there's some achievement or something. Maybe I was supposed to be shooting there, but there's something just so satisfying about whacking everything with that frying pan. I like John because he's not a wuss about it. Like, bro will literally sit here and just swing it back and forth. There's almost no cooldown to it. Alright, I want to see if that beetle will come back. Mm-hmm. So I can't shoot it. I guess the only thing that works is trapping it with Sam's magic. But even then, all it does is like drop a little bit of salt. I don't know. I echo what Bean is saying. Nature's been tremendously helpful for me. I can't wait to the day in the near future where I can be streaming from my little cabin. I'm very excited about that. Oh, these guys are back. Alright, maybe we gotta shoot this thing. Does that just do nothing? Take it easy, Cranky. Alright, so I guess this is the way I'm supposed to go. Yeah, you know, in Stardew, I was never crazy about Seb. But playing through it again recently on stream, from the beginning with a different perspective, like, honestly, Seb is probably the closest to my own personality. I'm kind of like a cross between him and Elliot. You know, I spend a lot of time by myself, in the quiet, writing and working on the computer. Oh, there's a bug back there too. I'm gonna have to look up these beetle things and see if there's some kind of achievement or something for getting them all, because, like, oh, 150. It's the first chest with money in it. We found that wasn't just 50. You know, and I think, like, some alone time is good. You know, I don't understand these people who just like have to be stimulated all the time. Always have to be with people, always have to be on the phone. I don't like that. I don't get anything done unless I'm, you know, in the quiet and can sort my thoughts. I can't do that if there's people around. But isolation is also dangerous, you know. I think we all have like different balance as far as how much alone time versus time with people that is right for us. And this is what I've loved about streaming. I've said this before, but you know, I mean, like technically like I'm sitting here by myself, but I don't feel alone. You know, I'm talking to you guys and it's been really rewarding for me. What is this place? This is a little weird because earlier Sam said octopus randomly in her sleep. Oh, and I'm the same way, Bean. I mean, there's people I really enjoy spending time with. Man, I don't really need to rest or cook. I don't know. Something's happening here, though, right? What are you selling? Boss time? You're going to a festival? That's cool. Going with your dad and sister? That's awesome. The happiest memories in my life are with me and my son and my daughter and us going out and doing stuff. He a little creepy. Alright, well I think it's pretty clear. Whoa. To be honest, the gun kind of sucks. Hey. That's right, buddy. Go home. So, this place is pretty creepy, and kind of reminds me, again, we know so little about Sam's origin. We didn't even see it in game. It was like an animated intro, like a cartoon. And this kind of looks like the place where John found her. Like she was made in a lab sort of thing. Bean, it was good to see you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get some stuff done. Have a good workout. I did back this morning, and it was great. And maybe I'll see you Sunday. Again, we're going to have a retro stream that day, so that's going to be fun. This is so creepy. What? What? Oh my God, what the heck? What is this? I can't switch. Oh, I really don't like this. I really don't like this. What is this place? Well, this is what we found Sam in, or John found Sam in, before the game started. So Sam is one of these things? Alright, so I know this is like a post-apocalyptic kind of world and would therefore have some dark subject matter, but I just have so many questions now. Like, what's that about? So, like, are the villagers in on this whole harvest thing? Is that why they're being so weird about John and Sam? I just don't got a good feeling. Yeah, like other. Hmm. Magumbo Bros here. Hello. I keep plugging it during stream, and I actually see we have a few more people here. Oh, but since you weren't here, I'll share again that oh, Noctunes is here too. Hey, buddy. Stream's good so far. This game is kind of just like, I don't know. It's great. But it's starting to, like, I'm suspicious of this area that we're in. People are acting funny here, so we're trying to figure out what's going on. Like everybody keeps trying to get us to stay, and that's not really like what we're trying to do. But like I was saying, you know, with Friday being the anniversary of my brother's death, I was thinking about it last night, you know, trying to decide if I was going to do something or even what to do. And so I decided that Sunday's stream will not be the normal Stardew stream. Instead, I've chosen 3 retro Super Nintendo games that he and I used to play as kids. And we're going to do a retro stream on Sunday instead of Stardew Valley. So, pretty excited about that. Be something different. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited just to play some actual Super Nintendo games on stream. You know, it's like what I grew up playing, so... These two are so cute together. Really is like a father-daughter thing. Yep, so I'm going to play... Unless I change my mind before Sunday, but I think I want to play Mega Man X2, Joe and Mac, and Hook. Pretty excited. Yeah, I think he'd be into it too, Mogumpo Bro. There are 3 games that he and I played a lot together as kids. Good old Punch-Out! Classic. Yeah, this Uva lady, I don't know if she's just got a bad crush on John or, again, if there's something more going on here. Do you watch actual speedrunners, Rufia, or do you watch TAS, or both? Gotcha. Yeah, I like both. I find myself watching a lot of GDQ runs. It's too bad I'm not like good enough at any video. Like I don't like speedrunning. I like to take my time and enjoy a game. I don't like feeling that pressure of having to go fast, but it sure would be fun to like go to one of those and participate. Yeah. No, TAS is really interesting. You know, on the surface, you just think it's, you know, the computer just running through the game as quickly as possible. But, like, people have to sit there and reset tens of thousands of times to find the best frame for each input and then map that out. It's a whole sequence. It's pretty cool. Oh, this person again. Purple, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope it's kind to you. And maybe I'll see you Sunday. This got weird. Oh, wow. They just disappear. Oh, and I can barely see. That's just a loop, isn't it? Maybe it's not a loop. This would be easier if I could see where the heck I was going. Can I blow these up? I guess I can't use bombs. Oh, I guess I was just supposed to go across that. What the heck is that? I mean, I know it's the miasma, but what actually is it? Am I just dead? I'm just dead. Was that not where I was supposed to go? Where's our first game over? I'm very clearly supposed to go down. I never did figure out how to get up into that other room up there. Oh well. See, I ain't staying to fight nothing here. Clear the game is not going to wait for me here. I'm just dead now. It takes a second to charge up your swing, and if you're getting hit, you'll just lose it. I was too close. Yeah, kind of ironic we're talking about speed runs. That's quite literally what I'm having to do here. Hoi. Couldn't have done that a little sooner. So we switched into like the evil Sam? Whoa. I don't know about this, guys. This took quite the turn. You know, I thought everything that the mayor was saying about the surface world was just propaganda, but the first thing he mentioned was like darkness. He kind of wasn't wrong. I've been running my whole life. Whoa. That's what the miasma did? Whose face, Erica? Mine? Fitting achievement name. Oh. Well, this sure took a turn. I was not ready for this. The beginning of this chapter and the end of this chapter were very different. And even though we still don't really quite understand Sam's origin, we have a lot more pieces of the puzzle at least. But why does the robot call Sam Mother? Why are there two Sams? Which Sam is the real Sam? What does the harvest mean? I will say, I was a little bit worried about this game and its story not really piquing my interest. You know, because truthfully playing through it last week, beautiful game to look at, fun game to play mechanically. But the dialogue was lengthy and a little bit like over embellished. And a lot of it wasn't really interesting. Like, the story did not get its hooks in me. And even halfway through today's stream, I was kind of thinking the same thing. But now we're getting left on this cliffhanger. A lot has happened. And I'm now on board. I'm pretty interested in what this game has to offer. I want to know what's going to happen to John and Sam in this world. But I think this is a great place to end today's stream. So, I want to remind you all again that this Sunday, I will not be streaming Stardew Valley. Instead, we're going to do a Super Nintendo retro stream in honor of my late brother. So if that's something that interests you, we're going to do something different. We're going to play games from my childhood. Should be a lot of fun. They're going to be platformers, not super deep in the story, but should be a fun time. And really look forward to having you there. But we're going to go ahead and end today's stream. So I appreciate you all being here. Good luck with everything else that you have going on this week. Thank you very much for being here. I mean, I really can't say that enough. Like, it really does mean so much to me that so many people take the time out of their day to come hang out. And I appreciate those of you in chat, you know, who are picking each other up, sharing your struggles, talking about what's going on, and trying to be supportive of each other. That is exactly the kind of community I want to build with this. So, be safe, make good choices. Good luck with everything else you have going on this week. I hope to see you on Sunday's stream. As always, please take care and remember to love yourself. See you guys.